Hey fellow garage golfers, Roland here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. I got a pretty cool video today. We're continuing our series here with our Foresight GC3. I want to thank the people at the Indoor Golf Shop for sending this unit for us to review and give you our honest feedback at home. But what we're going to do today, if you look behind me, is actually have the Uneekor EYEXO view software up. And as you see up here, down here, up here, wherever I decide to put it, you're going to see the Foresight range. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it out side by side to see what kind of numbers we get from both, and kind of take a look at that, because I'm going to put that EYEXO up against anything. Pretty much I trust the numbers with EYEXO. I've been using it for quite a while. So I want to see what the GC3 does in comparison to that EYEXO. And we're going to take some shots using the pitching wedge, the 7-iron, and the driver. I'm looking forward to bringing that to you, and that's coming at you right now. All right, thanks again for watching here at Garage Golf. If you're new to our channel, what we do here is we provide information on golf products, golf equipment, golf simulators, and pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, click that bell notification. That's very important so you get alerted of new videos like the one you're watching here today. And also for all of our products that we have here in our golf simulator, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me at roland@mygaragegolf.com and check out our website at www.mygaragegolf.com. We put on there links for all of our vendors, preferred vendors, things like the Indoor Golf Shop, where we have all of our favorite products that we want to share with you. Some of these are affiliate links. If you use those, that's how you can help support the channel at no additional cost to you. Make sure to check out our website. All right, so we've waited long enough. Let's go ahead and get into the testing. I'm curious to see if we're going to be able to take shots with our clubs and get data from both the GC3 using the Foresight FSX software and the Uneekor EYEXO using the view software that you see behind me. So I'll pop up the Foresight software as we take these shots. We're going to look at not only numbers, but we're going to see what kind of ball flight we're getting with both. We're also going to see pretty much anything that's going to be related to us hitting those shots and getting all the data that we need. So let's start off. We're going to take 5 shots with the pitching wedge. We're going to take 5 shots with the 7-iron and 5 shots lastly with the driver. And however bad that may be, I'm looking to see if we get the same ball flight on both products. So we're comparing a product that's $7,500 total out of the box versus a product with Uneekor EYEXO that's close to $10,000 out of the box as well. So we'll take a look and see what we get between those two devices. All right, so I don't have stickers on my clubs for both of them. I'm just going to use the ones that I have for the GC3. So we're going to see what we get with the ball data and the club data with the GC3, and then with the ball data from the EYEXO. I don't want to really need to tape up everything, and I'm not even sure if it would accurately read it. First of all, I'm trying to see if this test will even work. So let's hit a couple shots with the pitching wedge, and let's see how we do with that, and see if we're going to get accurate data on both of these devices, or if they're even going to read the ball flight. Let's go ahead and take that first shot. All right, so I'm in a zone here where the ball should be read by the GC3. It already gave me the check mark for that. And the Uneekor EYEXO, I know where my zone is here. I got a pretty large zone with the EYEXO, so that's good. So let's go ahead and hit a pitching wedge and see what kind of shot we get. All right, so we got a ball flight a little right to left. Similar ball flight on both the GC3 and on the Uneekor EYEXO. Got a 102 carry. Got a 112 carry on the GC3. Now you guys will be able to see it on the screen, but I'm gonna have to walk back and forth to the GC3 to be able to show you the numbers as well. All right, let's hit another one. Okay, ball flight very similar, right down the middle. Got 106 carry, and on the GC3, got a 115 carry. So we're getting a significantly further carry on the GC3 than we're getting on the EYEXO. I will tell you that with this pitching wedge, this is more of a player's iron. It's the King Cobra Tour. And I probably would say I would carry a pitching wedge probably closer to the 106, just based upon what I've seen in here before and everything that I've done before. But let's hit 3 more shots and see how we're doing. Now, good thing is ball flight is very similar on both. I mean, we're looking almost identical so far. Okay, a little left to target. Also a little left to target on the GC3. Got 103 carry. GC3 has me at 112 total distance. Now, I'm actually getting a 104 carry on the GC3. So what I'm seeing, because it was hard to see on the laptop, was total distance, not carry distance. This one I got a 107 total distance, but between the two, we got 103 here on the Uneekor View, 104 on the GC3. So that's much, much more promising than what I was thinking before. So that's good. I'm liking that. So 2 more. Right to left again. Very similar ball flight on both. 104.9 carry and 106 carry on the GC3. All right, so similar ball flights. Pretty much similar carry yardage. The total yardages are a little bit different. Now I did set both up with a premium golf ball. As to how each program will read that, it's really up to the program. But we're seeing very, very similar numbers on carry, which is very promising to me. One last shot. Again, a little left to target, 105.9, Uneekor View. 110 total, got 114 total on the GC3, and 106 carry. All right, so now that we've taken a look at some of the numbers, let's go ahead and move up to the 7-iron, and we're gonna do the exact same thing with the 7-iron on both programs. So let's take some shots with that. All right, 7-iron, 131.6 carry on the View. And we got a 133 carry on the GC3. So again, very similar numbers, very similar ball flight. And we'll review everything here in the end. I'm just amazed at how identical these ball flights are. Kind of a thin shot there. Read it very similar on both. 127.9 on the View software. 130 carry on the GC3 software. At 55.47 versus 55.72 for spin. Can't get much closer than that. Got 136.9 carry on the View software. .139 carry on the GC3. Okay, we got one more shot with a 7-iron. Then we'll bump it up to the driver. .144 carry with the View software. .146 carry with the GC3. So really impressed with that. Spin numbers 4710, 4675. They're so close to each other overall. Really, really impressed with that because the Uneekor EYEXO has been the standard for me as far as any testing that I've done because I trust the numbers based upon what I've seen out in real life and what I've done in here. All right, so we got both programs set on driver, both of them with a premium golf ball. We're gonna hit 5 shots with the driver and see how we're doing, but with the 7-iron and with the pitching wedge, very, very impressed, honestly, with both because I know the quality of the EYEXO, and for $2,500 cheaper, what I'm seeing with the GC3 is right on point. So I'm really, really impressed with it. All right, so I had some good iron shots, so you're gonna bear with me if I don't have great driver shots, and that's kind of part of the appeal to this test, is if I don't hit it very solid, I wanna know how both of these devices are gonna react and what kind of ball flight I see on both. So I should get a whole lot of not hitting it very solid with the driver, but we'll see how we do. Definitely duffed that one. I think I might even hit the ground. Really bad hook, seeing it on both. That's good, 152 carry. That's horrible. But let's see what we got on the GC3. 152 carry, identical with a really bad shot. So 100% read it accurately on both devices, bad on both, and just a bad driver shot overall. Let's hit 4 more. After swinging those heavy irons and going to this flexible driver that I've been using, I tend to kind of duff it a little bit. Let's go again. A little bit better, not too much. I'll take it though. 194 carry, similar ball flight again. See what we get on the GC3. 197 carry. So we're talking a couple yards, maximum discrepancy between the two that I've seen so far. Total spin is really bad on both. Not getting any backspin, doesn't help. Probably because I keep duffing it. Let me tee it up a little higher, okay? 3 more shots to go. 2 bad shots. Both of them read very well though on both devices. Better shot there. Right down the middle. Little right of target on the GC3. 197. $196 on the GC3. On both, doing the exact same thing. 179 carry, but both of them very similar ball flight. Okay, one last driver shot to go. Really low shot, go down the middle. 175 with a 195 total rollout on the View. 198 total rollout on the GC3. Total carry 167. That was probably the biggest discrepancy I think we've seen today, but still well within reason in my opinion. All right, all of our shots are down, so let's go ahead and jump onto the computer. I'm gonna go over the numbers with each of the 3 clubs that we used and see what kind of discrepancies we had on both. But overall, from what I can see visually, and again, the laptop's over here in the corner, but I was very impressed with the ball flights that I saw on both, and when I was able to get back and forth between the 2 devices, I thought that those numbers were very, very similar. What were your thoughts at home? Let's go ahead and jump to the computer. We'll go over it together and answer any questions you may have. So first of all, just walking you through the GC3 software, I'm so impressed with it. It's really, really innovative. It's cool. It gives you all the numbers that you need. You got the video data here. We got ball data. So this is ball data for our most recent shots that we took and with the driver. And here you see push, pull, carry. This is the most recent shot. 3,049 total spin, 948 side spin, descent angle, peak height, offline. Shows you your ratio here, where you hit all your shots within the dispersion circle. And then it gives you your averages as well. 121.5 speed, 13 launch angle, 1.2 push pull. This is ball speed, of course. 178 carry, 2349 total spin, 100 side spin, 206 total, 26.1 descent angle. So it gives you everything that you need. Then you move over to club, and again with that club data, and it shows right here, 1 dot mode, that's what's on the club. And this driver did have the dot on it as well. 85.8 club head speed, 1.43 efficiency, 167 carry, 198 total, 18.1 offline. And then you can go to the table and see all the numbers. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to show you side by side with the Uneekor numbers, and I'm going to show you both of them so you can see what we're looking at. But really cool, really innovative software here. Now, if you want to share this and take it home with you, if you're at a friend's house and you want to know how you did with your shots, about the only thing I didn't see was the ability to label the club. For example, I had a wedge, right, a pitching wedge. I didn't label it pitching wedge. And the iron, it was a 7-iron. So I didn't see that, unless I missed it somewhere, and it's possible because I'm still new to the software. But I would like to see that as a feature on here as well. But that's something just to kind of keep in mind. And then if you go to export, you can actually export and send this to yourself in either email, print. You can print it out, you can save it. You can send it as a CSV file, which is like Excel, or, you know, if you want to play with the numbers. Or you can send it as a PDF, which I did. And this is how I'm going to share both sets of numbers with you at the same time from both devices. So let's go ahead and jump on both numbers. We'll look at them side by side and see what you think. But I did want to show you all the actual data that you get from the FSX 2020 range software. Really cool stuff, and something I'm really impressed with. All right, so let's take a look at these numbers between the Foresight Sports GC3, which you're going to see here on the right side, and the actual Uneekor EYEXO, which you'll see here on the left side. So I can't line it up perfect, but I want to kind of show you. So we're going to start with the pitching wedge, and we're going to We're not going to start. We're going to start with the first shot. And the first shot is going to be the very first pitching wedge shot we hit, 102.7, 106.8. That's total carry, total distance. And you're going to see that right here on the actual Foresight side. And we're going to start here on the top. So it works from the top bottom on this one. And it's going to be 103, 111.9. So 102.7, 106.8. We got 106.5, 111.1. And on the second shot, we had 107, 114.9. So very, very close numbers throughout the board. I'm not going to go through every shot, but I just want to show you. I mean, they're very, very similar. Third shot, 103, 107 for carry and total. Third shot with the actual GC3, 103.7, 112. So I saw the distance with total distance with the GC3 seems to be a little bit longer than it would be with the Uneekor EYEXO, but nothing crazy. And if we look at carry numbers all the way through, including the averages, let's look at the average, 105.3 total carry average. And if we look down at the bottom, 104.6, 108.9 total distance versus 113.5. So we're looking very, very close. Also, another thing to look at would be spin, right? So we look at that first shot, for example, 66.08 was the spin number on that first shot. Come back over here, we had 63.92. And then let's say the second shot was 68.70, and we had 66.68. So very close on both. Now, if we move up to the irons and we take a look at the 7-iron, let's take a look there. Now, here's the 7-irons as well. And let's just look at a couple of those shots as well. We had the very first shot, 132.6, 145.3. And on the Uneekor EYEXO, 131.6, 139.6. So, again, total distance a little bit further with the GC3. But if you're really looking at numbers that are important, we're looking at carry numbers, right? So 132. Second shot, 137.2 and 139.7. We got 127.9 and we had 130.1, 136.9, we had 138.6, and then 144.4, and we had 146.4. So numbers very, very similar throughout the board. Again, the ones on the Foresight would have the club sticker. The ones with the EYEXO did not have club stickers in this particular case because I didn't have all three to put on one club, but just kind of something to keep in mind. Now, bumping it up to the driver, you can see the driver down here on the bottom. First shot, horrible shot. I hit it 152.7, and we had 152.3 and 181.6. So very, very similar numbers across the board. And if we look at things like averages, we look at total ball speed, for example. Let's take a look at that. It's one we haven't looked at yet. Average would have been about 122, and average total ball speed was 121.5 on the GC3. So really, I mean, you can't get closer with the numbers than what you're seeing here between the two of these. But take a look at the numbers. I'll leave it here on the screen for you if you want to pause it to take a look at everything side by side. But overall, you know, looking at, here's all the averages of everything here with the Uneekor EYEXO. Top one's driver, middle one's 7-iron, and bottom one's pitching wedge. And you can compare that with the averages here on the right if you want to pause it and take a look. But overall, very, very similar numbers. I'm very impressed with actually both devices. But the Foresight Sports GC3, at being $2,500 cheaper, I felt like it did a phenomenal job of recording the data and the numbers and actually showing the same exact ball flight almost verbatim that you would see on the Uneekor EYEXO. But let me know your thoughts on any of the numbers here, any questions that you may have as well. Let us know and we'll go from there. All right, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on the numbers and what you feel in regards to the GC3 and what we saw there versus the Uneekor EYEXO. I'm actually very, very impressed with the GC3. I've used the EYEXO now for a couple of years, and it's been my everyday go-to, obviously, as my main simulator here in our setup. But wow, I really can't say enough about the GC3. Very, very impressed with it. I've not had a chance to test out the quad, and maybe in the future I can do that as well for you guys if that's something that you'd like to see. But overall, the GC3, and again, same thing with the Bushnell Launch Pro, but you know, this is basically the Bushnell Launch Pro on steroids. It has everything that that device has and more. So if I had to choose between the two, it'd be a pretty easy decision. I want to have all the data that I can have access to. And the club data and the ball data that's on the GC3 is even, some of it's even more exciting. The way it's set up, the way it looks, the way that you only need one sticker for the clubs. I do like that as well. So really, really cool stuff. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. This has been probably my favorite video, one that I knew I wanted to do for you at home as well. I like comparing different launch monitors, different golf simulators, and I'm not going to say that one is better than the other or vice versa. I really am very impressed with both. I mean, Uneekor EYEXO has always been one of my favorites, and it's also something that our friends at the Indoor Golf Shop also sell. Testing out the GC3 and also knowing that it's $2,500 cheaper. Now, part of the appeal of the EYEXO is that it's out of the way. It's up on the ceiling. You don't see it, and you don't have to worry about moving it between right and left-handed golfers. So just something to kind of keep in mind. But if you're just only really going to hit right-handed golfers, I don't think I've ever had a lefty here in my setup once, unfortunately, that would test it out. So, you know, if you're right-handed setup only, then there's nothing wrong with having something like the GC3. And I think you guys will really, really like it. So let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear any questions. Any questions you have, reach out to me at roland@mygaragegolf.com. I once again want to thank the Indoor Golf Shop for sending the GC3 for us to review as always and giving you honest feedback. If you like the GC3, if you're interested, reach out to me first before you make any purchases at my email. But I will put our video in the video description. I'll put our link for it. It's our affiliate link. If you use it, it helps out the channel greatly at no additional cost to you. And again, we've been able to provide honest feedback throughout this whole thing. So really impressed with it. I like it a lot. It's a really good product, and I think you would enjoy it as well. And it's somewhere between an entry-level device like a SkyTrack or a Mevo Plus and something even like the Uneekor EYEXO, which would be another $2,500 more. So I think it's at a pretty decent price point to get started. But let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. As always, we really appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet, and click that bell notification. I want you to get these videos the moment that we go ahead and push enter and we send it out there for you to view. So as always, appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you on the next one, and keep on golfing. Thanks so much.